Hey, good morning, everybody. So, got a beautiful morning here in West Tennessee, and I just want to show you some of the fruit set on my apple trees. So, this right here is my Red Delicious apple tree. It's been on the ground for probably about 4 years now, probably going on 5 years, and there's fruit. Uh, there's fruit set everywhere, as y'all can see. Try to get really close to it. But we got little apples everywhere. So it's a very good year for apples here. Um, this is despite having a really late frost. Temperatures went down to probably about 30, between 28 and 30 degrees for a couple of nights. And I thought it was going to affect the tree because this tree was at full bloom at that time. But it really didn't affect it at all. The most apples I've gotten out of this tree is um, four apples a couple of years ago. Last year only gave me two, but this year the tree looks like he wants to give me a bunch of apples, and I mean they're everywhere. So really good tree here for West Tennessee, and it's really one of my favorite apples, which is why I planted it. And I'm gonna show you another apple tree that I have. I think I have three or four, but only three of them are fruiting. Let's go on to the next one. Alrighty, and over here we have the Gala apple tree. Um, and as you can see, we got fruit set. Now, I usually get a few more fruits out of this tree than I get from my Red Delicious apple. But this year, they're both about the same. They're doing pretty well. I believe my Red Delicious apple is doing a little better when it comes to fruit set. But as you can see right there, we have a couple of really good size apples. Now, one of the issues I have with this tree is that it gets a lot of fire blight. This year hasn't shown much of that, but we haven't gotten quite warm enough and humid enough. So hopefully the tree will do better this year. It's a pretty good sized tree. As you all can see, I'm thinking it's about maybe 12 feet high, maybe 10 to 12 feet high. Pretty good sized trunk. So the tree, I mean, I haven't been too impressed with the apples, to be honest with you, but that's might be because the tree's it's still young. So hopefully he will do better this year, and I will keep you all posted. On to the next apple tree. Now this one here, I got him in a container. Now I've talked to you all about putting trees in containers before. I got him on a planter box, and it's only been on the ground for 2 years. And this is a Golden Delicious. So Golden Delicious apple tree. Really one of my favorites too. And as you all can see, we've got fruit set right there. Actually got quite a few. And this was another tree that was a full bloom when the frost came, and it didn't seem to affect it at all. You know, some of the blooms show some type of damage, like some type of burn damage, maybe freeze burn. But we got fruit set nonetheless. So really happy with these trees. Like I said, it's only been on the ground for 2 years, and growing really well, and seems to be a really good tree. Doesn't have hasn't had any disease problems at all. And let's go on to the my next fruit tree. I mean, my next apple tree. So this is a Honeycrisp apple tree that's it's been in the ground for 2 or 3 years. Can't really remember. A strange thing about this tree, I think I planted it around the same time I did the Golden Delicious, and I did that to make sure that they both have a pollinator that they could rely on. But this little tree right here didn't wake up till 2 weeks after every other apple tree in my yard. So that's the problem. Now, it didn't do that last year. Last year, it woke up with all the other trees, with all the other apples. Especially, he woke up at the same time as the Golden Delicious. But this year, he just took his time, I guess, waking up. And, but it's alive, it's alive nonetheless. But it didn't flower at all. So hopefully, he will do better next year. I really want to get some apples from this tree. Now, I do have this tree here, and I think this is either a Profusion or a Robinson crab apple. That I just basically have it as a pollinator to make sure that I get overlap when it comes to the bloom time on these apple trees, because they do have to have a pollinator. So hopefully this one will help pollinate, and I think it is helping pollinate all of my other apple trees. It's got a ton of little crab apples on it. It's just loaded. It was loaded with blossoms, and that's the main reason why I have that tree here. That's all I have. There will be more updates on some of my other trees to show you how some of my other fruit trees did after the frost. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.